everybody's health deteriorated. I had one programmer. He can use his tummy as a table. He can put his laptop on his tummy and work. It's amazing, right? But that was after 3 months eating nasi kandar. But let's be simple. Let's be straightforward. What is the value of nasi kandar? Can anybody? Give me one value of nasi kandar. Delicious, right?
Mama
food. What's so special about mama food? Why not go to McDonald's or go to another place?
Curry.
Why not stay at home? Curry. Okay? Kuah campur. But okay, another thing, it's relatively clean, right? No. But the dirtier it gets, the better the food is, right? And it's cheap. Yeah. Okay, that's a good point. Yeah, one nasi kandar, I remember, cost me 50 ringgit. So expensive. 15 ringgit nasi kandar. They put the prawn and everything there, but it's expensive. Okay? But I still paid for it. But they had value and they realized that value. Here's the question. Do we know what's our value? Individually. Do you know what's your department's value? Do you know your organization's value? Do we know our country's value? And once you know that value, because it sounds harder than I say it, because sometimes we do not know what our value is. Okay, and we go by every day doing everything that we do every day, and we never realize what our value is. But do we know? But once you know your value, that's when you know your competitive edge. And that's where you actually know what you're worth. Okay? So nasi kandar came 19th century, still here. You go to India pun tak ada nasi kandar. Okay? Next. Asia. Where will we be? Indonesia, 250 million. Philippines, 96 million. Okay, I didn't know that it's this big until I did this presentation. Thank God for Wikipedia. Vietnam, 90 million. Thailand, 70 million. Myanmar, 49 million. Malaysia kecil je, 29 million. Kecil aja. Only 4 million is from the other countries also. So we already have 25 million. Okay? But we're small. Like I said, just imagine these people wake up. Some of the governments are not in order yet. Myanmar just came out from military rule into democracy. Okay? Thailand's got the yellow and red. I don't know what the colors they have. But, they're going to sort things out. Indonesia is not one country, it's like 5 countries in one. I do business there, Tapi, that's how it is. But I tell you, be afraid, be really afraid. Okay? Vietnam, 20% of the GDP comes from IT. A lot better than Malaysia. For the IT industry in Malaysia. They are exporting. When I go there, they have like IT companies where they say, oh, you're from Malaysia, please go to this section. They say, why? Oh, because those people speak English, you can convert them. What other sections do we have? Oh, we have the Korean, Japanese, and other sections also. We have Thai section. Why? Oh, because we do customers there. They speak Thai, they speak Korean, they speak Japanese. This is Vietnam, I know. Yeah? I look there and think, wow, I feel so malu. Okay, we must be better. But where are we? Soon we'll be dwarfed. Remember, in the 1940s, who was the leading economy in Asia? Well, it's Myanmar and Philippines. Where are they now? Count 20 years later, where will we be? when these economies and where their political infrastructure and the social structure will be in place, where will we be? Next. Well, we got something, right? Got a stable government. Yes, election is coming. So, okay? Right now, election is coming. People worry or not? No, right? What? It's very true. They say the art of progress is to preserve order amid change, and to preserve change amid order. Do we have order within change and change within order in our system? I think we do. I think, okay, I'll be honest, because of my last name, I'm a non and BN person. I don't think I can change anything but it becomes my flesh and blood. I think I'm probably disowned by my father if I change the political party. But yeah, I probably have auto renewal every year for UMNO membership, probably me. Yeah. But the thing is that I speak to a lot of the UMNO people, and also the opposition because I'm Kelantanese, right? So we always have relatives and friends on both sides, and we actually realize is that if the opposition comes into, will it be like Taliban rule in Malaysia? Will we be preaching Ayatollah Khomeini style? Okay? Do we go Marxism and so on? No, right? I don't think it will be like that. And I think we will have progress with change, and change with progress. It's going in. We've got a very stable institution. And I don't think, we do go march on the streets once in a while, okay? But I don't think there's airports closing down like in Thailand and so on. Everywhere I go in ASEAN countries, everybody has respect about Malaysians. We are competitive, we are basically open, we are versatile. Okay? We have Malaysians everywhere in different countries. I go to any country, I can find a Malaysian restaurant. Chinese Malaysian masak roti canai. Okay? And everybody knows that Malaysians are very versatile. We can dialogue with people and so on. And that is another asset that we have. I've spoken to Indonesians, I've spoken to Thais and Vietnamese. Because of their history, probably where they come from, they are not as open as Malaysians are. And we should ride on that strength. In fact, a lawyer friend told me that every time, any big decisions are going to be done, big projects being done by any of the Asian countries, who do they send? From the PwC, the Ernst & EY and so on. They actually send the Malaysian team. Okay, if we go to Indonesia, we can speak English, we can speak Mandarin, we are well versed in English, we know common law, our agreements and documentations are very good, accounting standards are structured and well versed. We know all that stuff. It's always the Malaysian team that goes. That's how good we are. And we have to realize that. And that's one value we have. Big savings, because everybody is forced to save. EPF and BNB, we have a lot of capital actually. I didn't realize this, but we do have a lot of capital. Okay? And right now, what are we doing? We are buying property in UK, buying property in Europe, US, and Australia, looking for affordable assets. We are taking advantage of the economic situation in those countries. We've got a good infrastructure. The other day, 2 weeks ago, I went to Taylor's College, and I said, one of the people I admire is Sami Velu. You go, huh? What? People say, Tengku Farith, normally people like you put Tumah Day, ngaji ke, what shall we do? Well, I'll tell you, I've been to other countries. Our roads are a lot better than theirs. And if it wasn't for some value, privatization and so on, I don't think we'll get the roads. I know we have to pay toll, touch and go and all that, but it beats the jet, right? But our roads are a lot better. And this is one of the things that I admire about Malaysia. Everybody comes over here, they go, wow. I go to Saudi, the roads are not as good as ours. The infrastructure is not in place. Okay? So, be proud of it. And sometimes we take things for granted, we complain. But you know, my staff in Indonesia takes 4 hours to go back to her home from our office. 4 hours sitting in a car. Okay, and if I have a meeting at 8 o'clock in town, she has to leave at 4 o'clock in the morning and arrive in the meeting at 6 o'clock, and she sleeps first outside the meeting and then come to the meeting at 8. That's how bad things are. Infrastructure and roads. So we do have things. Let's realize our values. And we've got a lot of things. Thank you. Next slide. So that ends my speech or dialogue session. You got my Twitter. My FB is full. I'm trying to actually reduce, or I do not know, sometimes I just add and accept all my friends thing, and then that's what happens. So slowly I'm trying to get news so that people don't even talk to me anymore. So we have Twitter and SKALI's Facebook. So do add us over there and follow us. Sometimes I get too much and it takes time for me to reply, but I will reply within this year. And if you put the thing that we've got big business like 10 million ringgit, I'll reply you very fast. Okay, but thank you very much. In summary, remember, Malaysia is in a very critical period. And you guys here, because you know most of you have black hair rather than white hair like me, we stand alone. Okay? And what's going to happen is that things are going to be a lot tougher. You have to realize that. Good luck for you, because it was a lot easier for me, but it's a lot tougher for you guys. Okay? But the thing is that we have a lot of things inside Malaysia, and we have to realize this. And one of the things is that, you know, we've got countries next to us that's really big and needs our expertise, our experience, our knowledge, and even the lessons that we learn from our mistakes. We must go there and show our value. Okay? Because if we don't, other people will. And we've lost a lot of opportunities because we are this way. You know? Do the things that you need to do. Don't be scared. Go over there in Thailand and put yourself, become an intern and work in a company there. Okay? Sawadee Kap. Okay? Go to Indonesia, go to Myanmar, and experience the life of a Burmese family. Learn, build a network. I have a diplomat son that I met for breakfast today. And he is 16 years old, okay, finishing school and going to university in Indonesia, and he's going to stay there in Indonesia because he wants to build a network relationship business in Indonesia because he knows it's going to be big. And I said, good on you, because we need more Malaysians like that. We need Malaysians to be out, because look at our life, look at our history. We went to the frontiers at the end of the earth, sailing. Malaysians are all the way in Sri Lanka. Okay? Malaysians are all the way in Christmas Island. Far, far away. Yeah? Our DNA is probably the same people as the Hawaiians, because we probably sailed as far as that. So we must remember, okay, that we have gone and explored the far reaches, and we have to do the same. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Yang Mulia Tengku Farith, for the lovely speech. And we shall now move on to the question and answer Q&A session. We will take maybe 2 to 3 questions in one go and back to the speaker. Okay, for the first question, yes?
Hello. Good evening, sir. Thanks for the speech. Just trying to shift gears, right? I'm just trying to understand the company and the industry better. I should probably have done my homework before coming. Trying to understand what SKALI is, and which I just got on the internet for the past few minutes. I have a few questions for you. The first question is, I was on the internet, going to SKALI's site, and I believe that you guys are doing everything under the sun, from web hosting to content to human capital development. So what is actually SKALI doing? Just trying to understand the company better. The second question is, you're talking a lot about value, which I really believe in. When you started the company of SKALI, it was a new startup. How do you actually create value to actually procure the government contracts? I think you said something about e-government. It's a huge governmental and you're a small player in the industry. So that's my second question. And my third question is just trying to understand the sort of the IT industry better. I believe that SKALI is in the IT industry. So what are the who are the competitors? What are the challenges that you guys are facing? I believe that the huge companies scale up tremendously for the past decade or probably past few years. And what are the solutions that you guys are proposing or what you guys have done in the past few years or the past few months or the past few days? So those are my 3 questions. To summarize again is, what is SKALI? How do you manage to get the government contract to create value for SKALI? And the third is the IT industry. So just a brief overview of the IT industry in general. Jalan Business Solutions, thanks.
Thanks. I didn't really want to talk about SKALI as much because we have a policy at SKALI not to sell ourselves. Talks like this. But thank you for helping me to sell. SKALI, with Max, we help organizations use the web more effectively, the internet. We build solutions for you guys, for organizations, so that you can manage your processes, increase your revenue, reduce your cost. We believe in open source technology, so we have the software, the platform for that, for you to build your web-based solutions. And we have the data center and infrastructure, and we've recently introduced the cloud, which is growing very fast for us. Now the question is about e-government. Surprisingly, SKALI's first business wasn't in the government. We were a search engine portal. We ran Alta Vista for Asia, ex-Japan. They excluded Japan because we can't speak Japanese. So we handled Alta Vista search engine. I don't think people remember Alta Vista. Alta Vista is not Hasta la Vista. No more. Before Yahoo, before Google, before Bing, there was Alta Vista search engine. The world's most popular search engine. Okay? And we actually ran for the whole of Asia. It cost a bomb to do, and I was very worried because we had to borrow a lot of money. But we did it and so on. But our clients were like Intel, Motorola, and so on. And only in 2002, we built, because when we started Alta Vista, we had to run a portal. And at that time, there weren't any what we call a content management system to run portals. You know, now you have Joomla, WordPress, and all that stuff. It's cheap and it's free. But at that time, there wasn't. So we went to Microsoft and they said, oh, you know, we've got this technology, it's brilliant, it's going to cost you 20 million ringgit. And then we said, of course, yeah, we had to look much over and say, oh yeah, 20 million doable. We'll go back and scratching our head, how do we get 20 million ringgit? So we went to IBM, the cheapest we could find for that type of technology was 4 million ringgit. Still, we didn't have 4 million ringgit. So there was two entrepreneurs. One entrepreneur name was Magat, the other one was Ivan. So we said, look, you can develop the CMS platform and we'll do the marketing, we'll split the revenue 50-50. They like it because it's just two of them and they're programmers. They don't have overheads. We like it because we don't have to hire programmers because we didn't know anything about that at that time. And we started the business. And there was an EPF tender. EPF wanted to revamp their website to allow people to check and update their status EPF records. Because all their counters were swarmed with people going there just checking updates and records. Or did my employer deposit my EPF payment or not? And it was just too cumbersome for EPF. So they wanted to do that online. We didn't know about the tender until somebody told us, hey, you should submit this because you have that technology, it's proven. And they said, okay, so we submitted. And we didn't think we were going to win. And that was our first government project. Honestly, we said, we can't be bothered with it, we just submitted for the sake of submitting. And they called us for shortlisting. They shortlisted us and they called us for clarification. And they said, hey, okay, then we got a chance, right? Yeah. So they came in and they asked us, your technology that you've proposed, this open source technology and so on, show me it's proven. So we showed them the portal and the search engine that we did. It's done. How many transactions? So we do 1 million transactions and page views a day. Oh, it works. What's your infrastructure? We show our small data center and so on with expensive servers. Oh, it does work. And then they go, is your price correct? I said, what's wrong with the price? And I was worried and I was looking and giving an evil eye to my sales guy. I said, you missed a zero or something in the quotation? I said, you missed a zero, we quoted correctly, right? Because our price was around 4 million. It was a big, massive project with a lot of servers and so on. But it's about a 6 months project to do what we call an enterprise portal. I said, yeah, price is correct. And then he goes, did you miss a zero in your quotation? No, it's 4 million. You mean your price is 4 million? Yeah. Well, then your nearest competitor, his price was 28 million. So how can you do it for 4 million? Huh? And then we said, oh damn, we priced too cheap. But they saw the value and said, 4 million is young kids, at that time I was young. And we can do this, and we proved that. But they weren't convinced. They said, look, if you're serious and you think that you can do it, okay, you do it first, and if you don't like it, we won't pay. If we like it only, then we will pay. And we pay over 6 months. I said, oh lama, ni PM berapa juta, bilion duit nak bayar 6 bulan lah. Tapi I said, okay lah, because I said this is the first big project. This is our first $1 million project. Other time we were doing 100,000, 50,000 ringgit. This is our first big project. And then I said, okay. I looked on my right, my CFO fell off her seat already. She was thinking, how are we going to finance this project? But we did, and that was our first project. And we went on and on like this, because we know when it comes to e-government, they needed a portal, because that's the first line of interacting to the citizens. And look at us around here. We're all young. Do we go to government counters anymore? No, right? It's all the internet. And the government has to push by the citizens to go on the internet. And we were there. because we were the first one to do it. But we didn't do it using other people's technology. We did it using our technology. We took open source technology, we developed it our own, and obviously open source you can't charge licensing, we charge services. And every time we go in, we're about 50% cheaper than the next counterpart. That creates value. Now where does that 50% go? Well, the savings go in people's training. It goes into building new systems. It goes into change management. That is more worthwhile than paying multinationals big software licensing. And that's what we have done. We saved a lot of costs for the government. And we saved a lot of costs for our customers. To the point that, you know, certain organizations, they are totally open source because of us. And we had a lot of hesitations and a lot of a lot of what we call barricades to stop us. We didn't say no, we carried on and said, look, this is the value, it's proven technology, not just by us, but you know, the great thing about open source technology, everybody in the world is using it. So it was an easy sell, and the price was easy, and that's how it is. Third, about the IT industry, well, don't ask me because I'm in the middle of it, okay? And it changes all the time. It's scary how it changes all the time. You just have to change all the time, that's it. And you have to learn new technology. Now we used to build on top, you sound like a techie person, so we used to build on PHP. Okay, now we're building on Java because we want to hit the big guys enterprise level. If we don't hit them, the multinationals will capture the opportunity. So we got to go and capture the opportunity. But we had to change a lot of things. And there was technologies that we invested that totally, out of 1 year later, it became obsolete. And that's the price of IT and how fast things change. And it's scary, but this is the nature of things in the industry right now. So the answer to your question is that where the IT is going? Well, things are changing very fast. It's really coping out and being the next wave and taking that opportunity as an entrepreneur. That's what we do, and that's what I do, and putting value to the customers. I think that's the essence of where the IT industry is going. As for workforce, we don't have enough. I think I've said this repeatedly. We must ride on the Asian countries in terms of our infrastructure, in terms of people, capability, and the market and even capital. We have to go globally to build our IT industry. Thanks.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tengku Farith, my old friend. Now, before I pose the question, I'd like to introduce myself again. I'm Mustafa Ong. So if you can hit on Google, so you get everything on me, my family. But Tengku, you have done very well. I can recall that over the last 17 years, right? 15 years when you were the pioneer in MSC. That's where I was. And I click on that in Sharifah. And I recall that one day I stepped into the office, you were not in. And I was surprised that just a few, 2 or 3 chaps handling the whole office in UPM. Because at the time I was in corporate, from admin to corporate, trying to revamp after the attack from government foreign service. So they put me in the corporate sector. And I was very fortunate. 1 week on leave, I was called to see the lead chairman and CEO. And because MSC started in 2006, so they lack of experience and manpower. But being an old man with so many hats in my 34 years of service, home and abroad, the government has decided that I could be useful in MSC. So I started, and after 1 year, I was moved to corporate. Why? Because we needed to sell MSC. So that's why SKALI came in, and many others, the pioneers in MSC. But I think Tengku and SKALI is synonymous. It's done so well. You know, we are family, connected in Kelantan. And I think YCM is one of my toys. I am on the list of invitation. and I try to make it because I'm also busy. Then could raise the question of